Hi friends, today we are going to do our very own Laurel Burch cat drawing. Some fun facts about Laurel Burch is she is an American painter from the 1960s and she's very famous for her cat drawings and paintings. She also did some jewelry making and she did a lot of metal fabrication sculptures. So those are just some cool things about her. Now the supplies we are going to need is a pencil, an eraser, a piece of paper, and any coloring supplies you can think of. So that could be highlighters, markers, colored pencils, and crayons. So now we're gonna draw a Laurel Burch cat. So the first thing we're gonna do is make an awkward W. So what I mean by awkward is I'm gonna start, but instead of making it pointed, it's gonna be rounded or curved. And then it's gonna come out so the two parts here aren't gonna touch. So then we're gonna go up. So that's the start. Then for step 2, we're gonna add a curve here at the bottom. And then we're gonna add an upside down triangle at the top. Now this will be the nose and this is the mouth. Then we're gonna add the ears. So for the ears, we're gonna come up a little bit, create a point. So if you drew a line here, it'd look like a triangle. But then we're gonna come over, and this isn't really curved, it's more straight than anything. We're gonna add our next cat ear. So now we have our 2 ears. Now the nice thing about Laurel Burch is things don't have to be perfect. So both ears don't have to match perfectly. If you notice here, mine's a little bigger than this one, and that's fine. The next thing we're gonna add is the curve for the cat's back. So the curve for the cat's back is gonna kind of start a little bit under this first ear. We're gonna curve out. We're gonna bring it down. Then we're gonna come over here, right about along the curve of the awkward W. And we're gonna come out just a little. Now these are gonna be our cat's legs. And we're gonna bring it over and go up. We're gonna go up almost like we wanna touch the cat's face, but we're not gonna touch it quite yet. And then we're gonna come back down and stagger it up a little bit and go here. We're gonna go up, but we're gonna stop right about here. We don't wanna go all the way up like this one. We wanna stop a little bit before we get to the second, or the first line. Then, for the tail, we're gonna come in and we're gonna make a spiral. So now that I have my spiral, I'm gonna come out and bring it out, and I'm gonna stop right about here, and then we're gonna add a curve. So now we've got our cat's body, but what about the eyes? So for the eyes and the nose, we're gonna come up, we're gonna curve out, and this line's gonna stop right below the ear. Then we're gonna go up again and curve out. So for the eyes, we want to start here and we want this to be pointed, but this part does not have to be pointed. But the corners we want to be pointed. And next we're going to add 2 circles in the center. And now, what does a cat always have? Whiskers. So we're gonna add 3 whiskers. Now I'm just flicking my wrist. So it's just a flick of the wrist. And we're just going out. Now notice my whiskers aren't exactly the same on both sides. That's fine. It does not have to be perfect. The nice thing about Laurel Burch too is she loved patterns and she really liked colors. So now I would get any coloring supplies you have. It could be highlighters, Sharpies, markers, crayons, colored pencils, and just fill this in with bright colors, patterns you can think of. You can do do wavy, curvy, zigzag, diagonal lines, but just have fun with it. Now we're gonna color this in.